Spend the day with me as a childcare center owner. I am in bright and early because I am helping open this morning, which means I get to play with my favorite toy, the bleach bud. And my kids were entertained by doing something else, which means that I didn't have to fight anybody to be able to actually use this thing. So it was a super solid morning. Once the bleach bottles were made and everybody was getting settled in, I popped into my office so that I could start going through applications for the weekend. I had 19 to go through, so I was super excited until I realized that the majority of them were just repeat applicants from other jobs. If you're Indeed and you're listening to this, please make a way that we can say like, hey, if you've applied for this job, you're no longer eligible to apply again. Because if I declined them 7 times, I'm going to decline them an 8th time. So I was done with all of that. I started getting prepped for all of the interviews that I was going to be having later this week. I make sure to have their pre-interview questionnaire printed out as well as their resume. And then I write their interview time at the top of the sheet. I also had some paperwork that I needed to get done for the Department of Labor, so I was pulling up all the reports so I could get that information ready. And it was time to start the vacuum sagas again. We had 2 vacuums over at nursery care that were not working. One of them wouldn't have the little rollers go, and then the other one wouldn't even turn on. They were the same vacuum, so I said, hey, if this one won't turn on but the roller doesn't work on the other one, let's go ahead and take the belt off of this one and put it in the other one. So I swapped all of the parts, got it all put back together, and guess what? It still didn't turn. And then it started to smell like it was going to start on fire. I did not want to tempt fate that much on a Monday, so they headed to their final resting place in the dumpsters. That was happening. I also saw somebody sitting out in the parking lot. They had been sitting there for a decent amount of time, so I went like mean Brie and gave them total RBF. Made sure to make a good amount of eye contact so they knew I saw them. Glared them down until they finally left. Come to find out, it was actually just one of the boyfriends of one of my employees, and he was just waiting to pick her up for a break. So if you're watching this, sorry about that. Also, I'm protective of my girls. After I was done scaring people out of the parking lot, I worked on getting some payroll done before and went to help it with naps. See you this afternoon.